Hey guys, my name is Rituparna. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. As you've read from the title of the video, today we will be discussing about all the costs that I incurred on my 5-day trip to Dubai. This was one of the most asked questions ever since I've been posting my Dubai vlogs, and much before that I posted my stories on my Instagram. So if you are not following me on Instagram, do follow me there. I'm linking it right below. This was my first international trip and it was really important that I do not exceed my budget. So the budget for this trip was 75,000. You might be thinking that it's way too much for Dubai, but let me tell you, we went to Dubai during the peak season and during this Expo season. For booking major attractions, I was able to get some very great deals. So I will be discussing about all of that in today's video so that you are able to book these deals as well. But before beginning with this video, I'm going to be putting out some disclaimers. The first disclaimer, we went to Dubai during the peak season, so some of the costs that we incurred was really high, and if you go to Dubai during the off season or just before the peak season begins, you will be able to save a lot of money. Secondly, affordability means different things to different people. What I might find affordable, you might not, and what you might find affordable, I might not. Thirdly, I won't be including any cost with respect to shopping, because again, shopping is a very subjective thing. I did shop, but I'm not going to be including any of those costs in my budget trip, like in my budget for this trip, and I had excluded my shopping costs from my 75k budget. So yeah, I hope all those disclaimers are out so we can begin with this video. I've tied up my hair because it's extremely hot and I can't just do with it any longer. So yeah, here is my notebook. I've written down everything so that I don't end up missing anything. So yes, let's begin. The first cost being the flight cost. Our flights costed us 22,877 per person, and this is the cost for the round trip. We booked our flights directly on the Air India website itself so that we can save up on the convenience charges which make my trip or any other aggregator takes. Now let me tell you, these are no way cheap flights, because usually you will end up booking flights in the range of 16 to 20,000. Flight timings were very off. We took a flight from Delhi at 8:30 p.m. at night, and while we were coming back from Dubai it was almost 12 at night. So yeah, I mean, technically these flights could have been cheaper, but I think it was due to the ongoing COVID situation, these were pretty expensive flights. Now the second cost was the visa cost. Our visa costed us 7,199. This was a 30-day visa, and this visa cost also included a COVID insurance for us. Like, it was visa plus COVID insurance. We got our visa from Akbar Travels. Since it was our first international trip, we really wanted to book, get the visa and everything done through a mediator so that everything is really smooth. If you book your visa directly, like you don't include any of these middle person, I think you can get it for cheaper as well. But I'm not sure. Since it was my first international trip, I just wanted to, get it done through an agency so that I'm at peace. So this was the amount of money that I paid for visa. The third cost that we could have avoided but we ended up incurring was the OK2 board cost, which costed us 1,000 rupees per person. Now let me tell you what an OK2 board is. So if you're traveling to anywhere in the United Arab Emirates and you are residents of India, Bangladesh, Nepal and probably Sri Lanka, I'm not sure. India, Pakistan, Bangladesh and Nepal. Yeah, if you're residents of these 4 countries and you're traveling through certain flights, like if you're traveling other flights, any other flight, then I think so Etihad and Emirates, then you need an OK2 board from the flight where you are sending your visa documents, your tickets and everything, just as a confirmation that yes, you are a legitimate person traveling to Dubai and you will be coming back to India. Now this OK2 board has to be obtained 72 hours before taking your flight, and unfortunately we just missed this timeline, so we had to pay 1,000 rupees per person to our travel agency again. So if you remember this small aspect about traveling to UAE, then you can end up saving these 1,000 rupees, and unfortunately we ended up spending that much money, which was foolish on our part. But yes, I'm telling you in advance that you can save up on this cost as well. The fourth cost, that was our hotel cost. Now staying in Dubai can be really expensive if you are staying around the JBR area or the downtown area, because those places are very posh. hotels there are very expensive if you're booking last minute, or even if you're booking a month and a half before, then also hotels can be really expensive. We were 3 people traveling to Dubai, so we were not getting any hotel where we could get book one room and get an extra bed and sleep. We had to book 2 rooms if we had to take a property somewhere in downtown. So we thought that it's best that we stay in other places in Dubai. So apart from downtown area and the JBR area, you can also stay in Bar Dubai or in Dera. We stayed at Bar Dubai because it was much closer to downtown and there were a bunch of metro stations near our hotel. The hotel we booked was Savoy Suites Central Hotel Apartments. So if you watched my previous vlog, I think maybe the day 3 or day 4 vlog, I showed you an entire room tour on my channel. So I'm going to link it right here so that you can go and check it out. Our hotel was really comfortable, and we also had a kitchenette, so we had the liberty to cook a meal if we wanted to. Hotel costed us 16,474 for 5 nights including breakfast. This is a per person cost, so our total hotel cost was 50k. And since we were traveling during the peak season, we were not finding any hotel below a lakh. So yeah, staying in Bar Dubai was a great decision. So you can also book a hotel in Bar Dubai and you can end up saving tons of cost if you're traveling during the peak season. Let's come to the attractions. Dubai has so much to offer. You have the Burj Khalifa, you have the view at the Palm, you have the Museum of the Future. There are tons of places to see in Dubai and things to do in Dubai, and all of these things are not cheap. Let me just tell you right out there. So when we were checking tickets for all these attractions, trying to book from their own website, like agar meko Burj Khalifa ki ticket book karni hai and I'm going to the Burj Khalifa thing, it was expensive. I searched a lot and I came across 2 apps which can help you book tickets at brilliant discounts, and you will end up saving so much of money. So the first app is the Klook app. It's an app where you can book tons of attractions across a city at very cheap cost, and there are also packages in that which you can take. You'll end up saving much more. And then the other app is the Hangout app. Really cool app. Another app where you can book tickets at a very reasonable cost, and you can compare the ticket cost in both these places and you can accordingly book. Like अगर आपको Klook पे सस्ता पड़ रहा है तो book it on Klook, Head Out पे सस्ता पड़ रहा है तो book it on Head Out. So I'm going to be listing all the cost here that I incurred for my Dubai trip, and मेरे को पूरा cost in booking all my attractions, it costed me 13,025. In this entire cost, I did a cruise, I went to the Expo, I went to the Museum of Future, I went to the Safari, View at the Palm, and also for Burj Khalifa and Aquarium we took combo tickets, and the combo tickets costed us only 4,028 per person. If you want to save up on some cost, you can absolutely skip the view from Burj Khalifa and you can instead go to View at the Palm or the Dubai Frame because the tickets are much more cheaper. The Dubai Frame tickets were around 1,000 rupees and the View at the Palm tickets were about 1,400 rupees. Non-peak hours, peak hour tickets were about 2,000 and 2,400 or 2,500. I'm going to be linking both the apps down below so you can check out the apps and you can book your tickets via this app. Apart from Dubai, you can also book attractions around the world like Singapore, and there are some other cities, so you can check them on their page only. The sixth cost, which is your SIM card. Now Dubai has pretty good Wi-Fi around everywhere. You will find really good Wi-Fi, except for sometimes in the metro you won't find, or the beach you won't find good Wi-Fi. There would be no Wi-Fi actually, but you won't find Wi-Fi there. But apart from that, in the Dubai Mall and major attractions you will find Wi-Fi. So another way of saving money is that you need not buy any card. Like 8 GB का card लेने का कोई फायदा नहीं है. You can maximum buy a card for 2 GB or 4 GBs maximum. Don't buy more than that because you will not be spending that much net. So we took a Etisalat SIM at the airport itself and it costed us around 2,500 or 2,600 in INR, and that was our biggest mistake. We could have saved our money right there by not getting that 8 GB SIM, because when we were coming back to India, हमारा सिर्फ 2 GB, like 2 GB ही खर्च हुआ था, and we wasted 6 GB and we paid so much. It could have been easier if we just took a 2 GB का SIM, and it would have been much, we could have saved so much money. But that was one mistake that we did. So here's another tip for you: don't buy any card more than 4 GB. 8 GB is going to be a total waste. You will not end up using all that data, because major places, all the places in Dubai has a really good Wi-Fi connection. So just to bring that cost, it was 894 rupees per person. The SIM card that costed, we bought only one SIM card, and 3 of us used the same SIM card. Okay, the next cost is, this is one optional cost, but I'm just going to be putting it out there since we traveled during the expo. So we did buy the Expo Passport also, where you get all those cute stamps and everything, and that Expo Passport costed us 429 rupees, 430 rupees roughly. So this is one cost which obviously now if you travel to Dubai you won't be incurring. Now the next most hottest thing that I can discuss in this video regarding costs in Dubai is travel cost. Travel cost is something which you can save money on a lot, and I'm going to give you all the tips for saving money on travel cost. The first tip: get your NOL cards. Now Dubai is pretty much well connected with metro, and traveling by metro is really convenient. Like it's really super fast, super smooth and stuff. Metro, because it's the cheapest, one of the cheapest modes of commuting in Dubai. It gets crowded and stuff, but if you want to save on a lot of money, get your NOL cards. Get a metro card basically, which is the NOL card. Now this NOL card you can use in your metro, Abra rides and even bus rides. So this is a very precious card which you can use, and you should definitely get your NOL card at the very first day when you have reached Dubai. So let me show you what a NOL card is. It's right here. This was my best buddy in Dubai. This will help you save a lot of commuting cost in Dubai. So there were times when we booked cabs, and cabs in Dubai are super duper expensive. I don't know, वहाँ पे तेल सस्ता है, but cabs in anyways are very super expensive. So I will not recommend booking or taking cabs. But even if you are someone who doesn't want to travel via metro, then you can book cabs. In that case, please download the Careem app and you can book cabs via Careem app, because they are much more affordable. So I'm going to give you a backstory. When we landed in Dubai, we were really tired, and we were not able to understand the cab system. So we got really confused, and then a man approached us and he said कि हम आपको छोड़ देंगे, it's gonna cost 3,000 rupees and 150 AED basically. And at that point of time we thought that होगी taxis इतने ज़्यादा expensive, अभी तो metro बंद हो गई है, we can't go by metro, so let's just book a cab and let's go. That was our biggest mistake, because for 8 kilometers or 10 kilometers we paid 3,000 rupees. And we were so stupid to not download the Careem app and book the Hala taxi, which could have only costed us 500, 600 or at max 700 rupees. So this was one extraordinary cost that we ended up incurring. So there is another tip for you guys, that if you are traveling to Dubai and you want to travel by cabs, Hala taxis are your best friends, and please book it via Careem app. They are much more cheaper than those black Lexus cars and stuff. Don't get into the black Lexus scam. Yeah, if you are someone who is very bougie and want to spend that money and travel in a luxurious car, I won't lie, the car was super duper luxurious and it was really amazing, but it burnt a hole in our pocket. A breakdown of all the cost: our metro card costed us only 1,200 rupees, and then we traveled a lot via cabs, because at some places even the metro doesn't reach. For example, the day we went to the Kite Beach, we had to book a taxi only because the metro station was very far, and we had only 5 days in Dubai and we had to cover a lot. So we thought it was best that we book a cab and go. So the total cost for cabs was about 3,512, which is really lot. And this is 3,512 per person. So you can imagine, amongst the three of us, we almost spent 10,000 or 11,000 in cabs, which is a lot of money. Okay guys, so my battery just died, so I recharged it. So the next cost is, okay, before I go to the food cost, another travel cost that you might need to incur is the cost to go to the view at the Palm and to Palm Jumeirah. So Palm Jumeirah is connected by a special monorail which runs only within the entire area from the Nakheel Mall or from the Palm Station, Gateway Palm, to Palm Jumeirah. Now your NOL card will not be working there, and you will have to purchase tickets to go to the view at the Palm and also to Palm Jumeirah. So the tickets costed us about 751 rupees. Metro ride is insanely divine. You get such a good view of the Atlantis, so I would highly recommend traveling by that metro or that monorail. So my entire travel cost was 5,554 rupees. It is really high, but I don't think you would be able to travel any cheaper than this. Okay, the last cost is the food cost. So our total food costed us about 3,132. We booked a cruise, so the food for that night was free because it was included in our food, like in our cruise tickets. And then our desert safari also included the food cost as well, because we were there, the camp and stuff. But since we were so short on time, we ended up skipping so many lunches, and that is the reason why our food cost is really low. But just to give you a rough idea, on the last day we went to Pizza Hut, and the total bill was about 3k. So you can understand that one meal in the afternoon can cost you pretty much. So that's where booking a hotel apartment with a kitchenette helps, because you can cook your own dinner and you will end up saving a lot of cost. There are a lot of markets like Carrefour where you can get you can buy groceries, or you can just buy basic stuff and you can cook food. Food in Dubai is especially pretty expensive if you eat at a restaurant and stuff. However, if you eat at local places, you will find a shawarma roll or something for as low as 10 AED or 8 AED maybe. Food locally is very cheap, but yes, eating out at a restaurant at a bougie place will cost you a lot. So if I sum up all these costs, my budget was 75,000 excluding shopping for my trip, and I ended up spending 71,887 rupees, which is roughly 72,000. And I think if you're traveling to Dubai during the peak season, not giving away any kind of luxury, or even when I've traveled in cabs and all those things, 72,000 per person was a pretty decent amount. But given the fact that Dubai is a very fast city and you do want to sometimes indulge into some luxury stuff and things like that, so for me, I guess 72,000 was quite an affordable way of doing a 5-day trip in Dubai. Apart from all these things, there are tons of things to do in Dubai which we didn't end up doing because we were short on time. If you plan a trip for somewhat about 8 days or maybe 10 days, roughly you will spend anything between a lakh to 1,20,000, provided you are you're going to be booking all those tickets to attractions via the apps that I've just suggested you, and you travel as much as by the metro rather than taking cabs and stuff. So I hope this video answers all your questions. If you have any other specific questions, you can put them in the comment section below, and I'll be very happy to answer all of them. So yeah, with that we come to an end to this Dubai series. I hope you enjoyed the entire series, and if you did, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, share it with your friends, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.